Good morning. It is January 30th. It is a Sunday, 5:45 in the morning. Thanks a lot for coming and getting some energy in the morning and also encouraging me. Thank you very much for all your comments. I know my mom leaves the longest comments and I appreciate that. I get to go back and look over it. And yesterday I missed another day, and this month has really thrown me for a loop. It didn't start very well in January. I think I missed including the trip, I think I missed 5 days this month, 6 days this month, which as a whole, it doesn't seem like it's a very big deal. But as a process of staying diligent and staying motivated, then it is a really big deal, because it's just so much easier to miss in the morning than it was, say, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, when I was super motivated. So it's been rough getting down here this morning. It's just so easy recently just to sleep in a little bit. And yeah, it's partly because trying to reestablish my routine. And when you take a vacation, and it's really hard to stick to that routine when you miss a couple days and come back. Just overall my habits, and it's been taking a huge hit this month. And this comes on the heels of February 1st, which is February 1st in 2021 was the first time it was late January 2021, and I was reading this book by Robin Sharma called The 5 a.m. Club. And I was reading through it. And I think I finished it on February 1st, or I started on February 1st. But February 1st, which is in 2 days, an anniversary, was the very first time I was coming downstairs. I was waking up at 5 a.m. because I joined the 5 a.m. club, which I always say that book was a novel. Kind of gaslighted to be like this self-help book about creating better habits, and it's the 5 a.m. club, and you think, wow, okay, cool, I want to be part of this club. Give me some actionable information about this. It wasn't that until the last 2 or 3 chapters. So if you plan to read on that, want some tips, just go to the last 3 chapters of the 5 a.m. club. Anyway, February 1st is when I really started waking up at 4:45. I got my chart out, and I was really disciplined. I had everything spelled out. It was going to take these 20 minutes was going to be for some exercise. Next 20 minutes was for personal things like taking a shower, drinking your water. And then the next 20 I allotted to spiritual development. And I was doing that, yep. I wasn't going out yet in the morning downstairs. I was still working out upstairs in my room. And it wasn't until COVID lockdown again on here, that I started coming downstairs. And I think I came downstairs. You can look at my very first video on this channel. I recorded myself getting into the elevator. But it was somewhere in April, I think. So anyway, it's coming up on 1 year that I started coming downstairs and doing these workouts, and just this past month has been so hard. And I know why. I know the reason. And soon I'll talk about that reason, but I'm not going to talk about it just yet. But what we'll talk about is something I was reminded of recently, and that's temptation bundling. So temptation bundling essentially is pairing something you like to do with something that you need to do, or for lack of better words, you don't like to do. So for example, this scientist, his name was something Ronan. He lived in Dublin, and he wanted to watch TV, and he was a constant Netflix watcher. but he was also overweight and he wanted to get into shape. So he bundled those two actions together. I will be able to watch Netflix while I'm on my treadmill. So he put his Netflix on and he wired it so that only when the belt, this is very, very, very technical. Not the majority of us mere humans cannot do this. But anyway, he wired his belt so that as it spun, it generated enough electricity, or it fed a signal to his outlet or something that told him that he's able to watch the screen on his treadmill. And so in effect, he was able to watch Netflix. So he lost a bunch of weight and he got to enjoy his movies that he liked to watch. So that was temptation bundling. ABC, the American Broadcasting Company, they did this exact same thing. They paired something that they wanted with something that the customer wanted. So back in the late 90s, they would call something called TGIT. Thank goodness it's Thursdays, not TGIF, which was a little bit before that. But anyway, they would say, grab some wine, grab your popcorn on Thursday evenings, enjoy our shows together. And so their audience would be fed all of this information, and they would make some popcorn, they'd make some wine, and they'd watch these shows. And essentially what happened was people associated Thursday evening with relaxing. They thought about Thursday evening, they thought about relaxing. And so they bundled something that they wanted with something that the customer wanted. And that was kind of like a temptation bundling package that they had formed. And there's countless tests that was done about temptation bundling. So I've been thinking about that because, yeah, maybe it's time to cut some things out of the life that are non-essential again. Kind of go back through it with a fine-tooth comb and kind of refine my schedule. And it's really hard because when I miss in the mornings, it really is a domino effect for me. When I miss the mornings, I wake up a little bit later. Like yesterday, I woke up, I don't know what time I woke up. I woke up like 7:15 yesterday, about 7:15, and got up, and a lot of the time that I used to do my morning routine, like it's gone because I have to catch up now. And so a lot of the things that I do, which is like write up my comment, one of my day's text comment, I didn't even do that yesterday. And that one hurt because I've been really, really consistent on that one. Even if I do miss the morning workouts, I've been really consistent with that one. And yesterday was just nothing. So, little internal battles over here. Thought I'd share it with you guys. But gonna try push through this. Maybe this is the end of the year blues. And end of the year, I mean Chinese New Year, because Chinese New Year is coming up. The streets are getting more and more empty. Places for business are going to start closing down on Monday, so tomorrow. Because tomorrow actually is Chinese New Year's. Schools are closed, and we'll have more time. So gonna try to make a good day out of today, and think of how we can get back on track, back set in the way that I found myself taking before, because right now I just don't like where I am. I don't like where I am. And that all stems from things that interrupt your routine. Love you guys. Thank you guys very much for checking up on me, and I will catch you guys tomorrow, because that's who I am. I do these 5 a.m. workouts because I feel better after these finished. Take care. Love you. Aloha.